Thanks.
Let's bring in Ken Dilanian, an NBC News intelligence and national security reporter, and Carol Lee is an NBC News national political reporter. Her debut with us here on Weekend Today. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ken, let's start with these leaks. Director of National Intelligence Dan Coats has called these leaks a major threat to national security. Is that an accurate claim, in your opinion?
Well, Chanel, there's no doubt that some leaks of classified information have posed a threat to national security. And just this week, you saw a leak of transcripts of conversations between Donald Trump and the Mexican president, the Australian prime minister, that even ardent Trump opponents criticized because they worried that it would chill future presidents having private conversations. But just as often, the claims about damage don't pan out. And for example, Private Chelsea Manning, who leaked millions of classified military and State Department documents. Later, the Defense Department wrote a report that said the damage actually wasn't that significant. And in this Trump-Russia investigation, leaks of classified information have provided the public crucial details. And to cite one huge example, when Acting Attorney General Sally Yates went to the White House to warn that Mike Flynn, the National Security Advisor, had lied about his contacts with the Russian ambassador, the White House took no action until the story leaked to the Washington Post, and that later led to Flynn's firing. So leaks of classified information play an important role in informing the public. Chanel.
Carol, General Sessions said yesterday that they were going to be reviewing the policies related to how the government subpoenas media records. What might that mean for reporters trying to do their jobs?
Well, it certainly could make reporters' jobs a little bit more difficult. Certainly what Jeff Sessions was trying to do was to put a sort of chilling effect across administration-wide and to try to do that a little bit with reporters to try to stem the flow of these leaks. I think it's important to note that there's a difference between the classified information that Ken was talking about and illegal leaks and some of the other leaks that we've seen out of this White House, whether it's palace intrigue or people talking about private meetings that they've had in the Oval Office with the president or staff infighting and things like that. Those are not illegal leaks, but those also have been equally as frustrating for this White House and is something the president has lashed out on, but it's very different from a classified leak of information.
Ken, let me ask you about Special Counsel Robert Mueller using a Washington, D.C.-based grand jury to aid in the Russia investigation. Is the location of the jury significant?
I think what it shows is there is a momentum and almost a permanency to this investigation that is quite significant. We know that Mueller was using a grand jury in Alexandria, Virginia, in part because that's where Mike Flynn's company was headquartered, and the investigation was in part about Mike Flynn. Now he's also using a grand jury in Washington, which suggests he's continuing to examine conduct that happened in Washington. For example, allegations of obstruction of justice by the President of the United States and looking at questions of whether people were honest on their security forms. So, look, this investigation is a serious threat to the Trump presidency. It's here to stay. And it's not only the grand jury. Robert Mueller has brought in 16 lawyers, many of whom have left very lucrative jobs in private practice. They didn't do that to join an effort that's going to last a month and isn't going to go anywhere. These are serious people, and this is a serious investigation.
Another busy week ahead, that's for sure. Ken and Carol, thank you.
Now
Thank you.